question has come to me asking if religions can cure the sufferings. Any religion that does not address the issue of suffering is not a religion at all. The key takeaway of any religion has to be elimination of suffering. Prophet Muhammad spoke about Seth, the son of Adam and Eve, and categorically said that wealth that is not utilized properly is a waste. Seth is the deity of religious scriptures. God gave Seth to Adam and Eve so that the peace upon humanity can be maintained. He is the symbol of religious scriptures. And hence, Prophet Muhammad says that if religions are not utilized properly, they are the waste. Hence, it is very, very natural to expect that religion has to cease the sufferings. A true religion has to do that. When we think about suffering, the biggest imagination comes about Jesus Christ. He is epitome of suffering. He is nailed on the cross, bleeding and in agony. To explain this suffering, I will use certain characters from the Greek mythology because they are simple and easy to understand. There were 4 brothers: Prometheus, Epimetheus, Menoetius, and Atlas. The character of Jesus Christ has evolved from Prometheus. Prometheus was cursed by Zeus that his liver would grow every night to be only eaten away by an eagle in the daytime. So every night his liver would grow, and every morning an eagle would come and puncture the body and eat away the liver. In the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, you will see that his liver was punctured by a spear. In Greek mythology, Prometheus is the man of future. He is the wise man. He has been asked to keep us engaged in the future. And when he does so, he brings in the fear and the hope. The second brother, Epimetheus, he keeps us in past. He is a fool. And when we look at past, we are filled with regret. Greek mythology speaks further about Epimetheus. They say that Epimetheus married a woman called Pandora. And what is Pandora known for? Pandora is known for a Pandora box. Whenever we look in our past, we open our Pandora box and start dwelling in our past, regretting or remembering the events in the past. Epimetheus and Pandora gave birth to a son named Deucalion. This is a key. Deucalion comprises of 2 words, Dukha and Lion. The word Dukha comes from Deucalion. Deucalion further marries a woman called Pyrrha. Pyrrha rhymes much like Pida. So whenever we are in past, we have this Dukha and Pida. And both Deucalion and Pyrrha gave birth to a daughter called Metamelia, which means waste, which means withering to the ground. And hence, being in past or being in future is very, very important contributor to the sorrows. They have a third brother called Atlas. Now, Atlas is the one who carried the weight of earth on his shoulder. Atlas fills you with certain burdens. They may not be correct, they may not be important, but you feel that you are filled with responsibilities. You are filled with responsibilities of the world. The world might not even bother about you, but then you yourself have taken the burden of many things which might not be important. The fourth brother. The fourth brother is called Menoetius. What does Menoetius do? Menoetius makes you forget your own potential, your own possibility to become superhuman, your own possibility to bring out your virtues. And hence, these four brothers are very, very important characters to understand. Many of you might be hearing them for the first time. It is my request to explore about these four brothers in order to eliminate sufferings. Dukha is opposite to Sukha. The word Du is for bad and the prefix Su is for good. The key lies in the word Kha. It's a Mongolian Tibetan word. Kha means sky. Mongolians used to treat Kha as their supreme god, and the word found its penetration in Sanatan Dharma. Kha does not have only one meaning, Kha has two meanings. Kha means sky, but at the same time it also means the center hole of the wheel where the shaft would be fitted. It's the hub. So Kha has got two different meanings. One is the sky and another is the hole of the wheel where shaft is going to be fitted. What does this mean? This necessarily means that your sky of sorrows or sky of pleasure has an origination. If the hub is designed properly, it can result either into dukkha or into sukha. Prometheus and Epimetheus were given the responsibility to distribute virtues amongst all the living beings on earth. They gave many things to all the animals. But when Prometheus came to the human, he did not have any virtue left. And he was not feeling good about it. So he decided to give the virtue of civilization to humans. And to do that, he went to Zeus and stole the fire from him. He made humans civilized. And this was the reason why Zeus was angry on Prometheus and gave him the perpetual pain wherein an eagle would eat away his liver every day. This necessarily means that our sense of civilization is one of the reasons of our sufferings. Our focus is stolen by these four brothers, and the sense of civilization, the social pressures, are the second cause why sufferings are there. The act of Prometheus can be compared to a story in Sanatan Dharma. It says that once Sagara and his many sons were reduced to become ashes by Kapila. We have studied about Kapila. Kapila is the monkey. He is the originator of Buddha Dharma. He can compare to Hanuman. He can compare to Sun Wukong. He is the symbol of enthusiasm and joy. And Sagara is the Sanskrit word for ocean. Kapila reduced Sagar and his sons to ashes in past. It is not a bad event. It was the most important event that happened in past. Sagar means mind, and his sons and grandsons means the thoughts. to Sage Kabila reduced them to zero. He made the thoughts stagnant. He made the life beautiful. But their great grandson, Bhagirath, gave life back to them. Bhagirath did not do a good job. He did the bad job. And he said that let me bring life to these thoughts. So Bhagirathi is again a unique word. It comprises of Bhagya and Rathi. That means you have left yourself to destiny. The very feeling about destiny is one of the contributor towards sufferings. Now you have given life to the thoughts. The sons and great sons of Sagara have become alive again because someone called Bhagirathi gave them the life. This is the reason of suffering. You are now filled with thoughts, and these thoughts are determined by the four brothers of the Greek mythology: the Prometheus, the Epimetheus, the Menelaus, and the Atlas. So the social pressure, the sense of civilization around us gives us the feeling of suffering. We cannot even find a single happy person around, and that is why we think that we also will be trapped in the sufferings. If anybody in the world has not been able to liberate himself from suffering, how can we do this? This is a mammoth question. But understand this well. The sufferings of the people around you has nothing to do with your own suffering. You are just looking at sufferings of others to make yourself comfortable with your own sufferings. This is your natural choice of companionship. You want to see the sufferers because you yourself are a sufferer, and hence you need a company and condolence. And that is why you always want to look for suffering. You always want to read bad news. Is God going to eliminate these sufferings? The answer is no. These sufferings are nothing but manifestations, and these manifestations are made just for you. In Samudra Manthan, there was emergence of a great poison. That poison is suffering. But what does Shiva do? Shiva consumes that suffering and suspends it in his throat. What does that really mean? It means that suffering of the world are not meant to be over, but rather they are meant to be hanged, and there has to be the suspension of judgment. You have to stop judging the sufferings of others, and then only you can eliminate your own suffering. This is the biggest teaching of Vishuddha Chakra, whereby you do not judge about anything around you. You do not judge that if sufferings are there in world for others, you will also be entrapped into it. You leave the sufferings of other in your throat suspended. Neither you consume them nor you omit them. Just stop judging them. The moment you stop judging them, you can rise above your throat chakra. Vishuddha Chakra is the same. Do not look at sufferings of others. Do not judge anything. Do not judge the problems of the world. Do not judge the defects. Let them be suspended. The suspension of judgment is Vishuddha Chakra. So do not feel that since people in the world are in suffering, you yourself would be in suffering. You will see drowning people only when you are drowning. and looking at other drowning people will act and demonstrate the Menoetius. It will make you forget that you can swim and come out. You are looking at so many drowning people and hence you believe that you are also going to drown. Menoetius does this. So stop judging the others, keep them suspended, stop judging the defects of the world, stop judging the virtues of the God, and when you stop judging, the suspension of halahal poison happens. This is your Vishuddha Chakra. This is one of the biggest milestones that you are going to cover. You have to eliminate your own suffering, and to do that, you have to stop judging. Suspension of judgment is one of the biggest virtue that you have to garner within yourself. Enough for today. Thank you.